Hey, collective crew, how's my favorite tribe members doing? Hey, Moonbat. I don't have my sidekick Comet Wolf, but I'm praying that I get him back soon. It's my first morning free, and as God is perfect in all his ways, I don't have a license, so I had to walk to go get a breakfast at a favorite breakfast spot. And as I listened to the collectives, because I walked a couple miles, and I noticed things, and I was listening to other collective crew. Oh, and see, I got my Patriot hat. It's black, but we're going from dark to light. I usually wear the white hat, but I gave it away left it behind at, place that I was at. And so as I walk through this wicked smart state, and I was told that, a lot of 144 volunteered to 144,000 plus many more came here to volunteer to help understand and learn and change the direction of the way the personal self was going, and then try to plant the seed so others can go. And they said a lot of us came here for Mother Gaia, planet Earth. And I can't help but be appalled. I know we're in a storm, but this is ridiculous. Look at the trash. Can you see all the nips? I was watching the squirrels and the birds. I mean, this is an area that's got a lot of wildlife, and they're running through the woods running past all the trash also. And we're at Appleton's pulpit, historical. I don't know, can you see it? Let me read it. In 1687, Major Appleton of Ipswich made a speech on this rock denouncing the tyranny of the royal governor, Sir Edmund Andros. A watch was stationed on this hill to give warning of any approach of the crown officers. Massachusetts Bay Colony Commission. There's a rock. Yeah. There's a Appleton. So I just wonder why us humans just disregard trash as if it's okay, And I know some people put their trash out with no trash barrels. They put their bags out and the animals get into it and rip it, and then the wind blows the trash around. But this is just littered with nips, pints, beer cans, cigarette butts. And it's not just the wildlife. It's sometimes I'm walking past people's lawns, and it's all in their lawns, and it's like, take some pride in this country, your yard, your community. And yeah, my spirit's in unspeakable joy, but then walking through all this stuff, it's like, it's bothersome. I don't know, does it bother you guys? I think it would if you walk through, like I went to where my mother's buried, and it was disgusting. It's like they're getting paid good money to have people buried in their cemeteries, and they should be able to clean it up and make it look nice. And that's how I see it. The white hats are the white blood cells trying to help keep things flowing. And we need red blood cells also in a macrocosm of this Mother Earth. That's how it came through in spirit, to start caring enough to eradicate or help heal the diseases. God does the judging. We don't have to eradicate it. God will take care of it how he sees fit. I've said this. But as we try to concentrate on the kingdom building, God will take care of the old system as he set his children free in Israel. And then the Israelites were complaining because they were set free, but they were so used to being held captive, they felt it was better just staying put, because being set free isn't the same as staying free. And why we have to go through the wilderness is because we have to learn how not to end up back in bondage again. How many times God got to rescue us? Now it's time we follow the truth and the way. And SOS, save our ships. If our vessel's our ship, that's save ourselves, because Christ already saved us. He's coming back. Does he have to save us again? I think if we follow him, we are saved. But we have to understand it at the deep level. It's science and spirituality. It's both, because the egos are the self-pride, and what got Lucifer thrown out of the heavens is pride. So it's just a practice to not complain the way we all fall into these traps and complain. We complain about things, and I just had breakfast at my favorite spot, and I was the first one there. It just opened up, and she was like, sit wherever you want. So I sat in a spot facing the door, and she come over, took my order, and she goes, you don't want to sit by the TV? I said, nah. She goes, you're going to sit over here where there's nothing? I said, yeah. I said, because I just looked over at the TV, and 12 dead, some missile strike. I didn't see where it was. It's the news, and everything's negative. I see things as positive, because somebody did say the best is yet to come, and I believe that. Somebody also said God is back in the White House, and not for people to get it twisted, God's spirit. When you have a good spirit and you worship God, we call God back in, and it's in God we trust. So I said, Trump and his cabinet team is doing wonders. They're working for God, because they are not afraid to say all glory. And Pete Hegeseth said it. Glory be to God. Glory is our Father's. This planet is glorious. It is all His glory when you understand the oneness of it all. We're all interconnected. And to unprogram takes practice, because we all got programmed. We all did, all of us. None of us are exempt. But as we're learning and growing more and more, we share and hope others get it, and they share too. It's like spreading the truth, as the truth will set us free. And who's setting us free is our Father, who art in the heavens. So that's the message. I'm enjoying this lovely day. As every day's a lovely day. All right? Stay up and stay blessed. We all are. Peace. Hey, collective. As I meditate with myself, some thoughts come through, and I want to share them with you. Do we know the one, KNWO, or do we say NO, no, to the one? We all say no to the one when we don't understand, and that's why God's so graceful and forgiving, because He knows how programmed we become. But when we start studying His 10 Commandments, and then the Word, the Gospel, the spoken Word, and other aspects also, just all God's words are His words when they come clear. So I read many books that I could look at as like these people got their creative writings from source, because I could tell with the discernment. They weren't lying, they were telling a story, So the television puts visions and programs in our head, and it's all seems to be doom and gloom, as that's what sells, keeps us in this pessimistic type energy, because that's what they want to do. They want to keep us in fear, keep us divided, keep us from knowing that there is an inner peace and there is a truth and a way to do God's will. And that's in gratitude and not judging and staying in balance. And I've tried to teach all these things and say it, and I know it comes through in fragmented pieces because it's just a lot of information. And as we fight in this 3D world, there's a 4D, a 5D, a 6D, 7D, there's many other dimensions that is beyond our full understanding, of course. But there's enough understanding now to help teach each other and grow and set the tone. Who sets the tone? Well, who spoke and said Om? Look up Om. It's a sound, it's a vibration. And as Tesla said, to know the mysteries of the universe, think of frequency, motion, and vibration. Energies and energy, When we speak, the spoken word, those speak out energies, spells, to lift people up and have a good morale. Or if you speak in bad, unclear tones, where, maybe not the truth, that's not going to help things. That's why God says to respect and be in His image, not in your own image, because if he made us perfect in every way and then came and showed us the way, how he lived life here with us to show us that there is a way to much better days, and that's through Christ and his spoken words, not just word, but the word. Drop the S, which would be sword. Pen is mightier than the sword. When we write these things down and stay in this practice, it's part of what I say would be the secret, but the secret's out. So that's all. Stay up, stay blessed. Hey Collective, White Hat Update. Patriot White Hat Update. Trilogy, triangle, center, between the tempo, with the eyes on the horizon. It's a mind, body, cross the heart, soul experience. Let me clear my throat. Let me clearly be. I'll clear out all of what this used to be. Rapture time, for this rhyme is happening for me. Parasiteless, wicked, sinful, soci, it's no T. What makes one a master? What makes one a star? Think Archangel Michael, now there's a name by far. How about Jordan? He was topping his game. Jumping through the air, we all know the name. Flying through the ethers, just do it on his sneakers. Soaring like a bird, talent was absurd. What kind of bird could Michael be? Maybe a rival. How about Larry? Celtics luck made big bucks. 33 was the number, put teams in a major slumber. 3-point caster, another star, a basket master, by far. Magic happens, Johnson rapping, comic snapping, Abba Spear is doing the snapping. Another Michael, 5 of those Jacksons. Jenny girl, that's a fact, hun. Damn it, Janet, love that tracks. Do you understand English? Afro wax, just getting started. Dearly departed, we are gathered here today. Prince did say, celebrate this thing called life. No to lies, it cuts like a knife. Another legend, eye of the tiger. Woods he see, master his craft, best he could be. Call a birdie, how about an eagle? Hole in one, how about a regal? Royal one for all. Christ's ways stops this fall. Here we are to hear and see. TB12, Patriot he be, never gave up. Had a full cup, destiny to dynasty. Practiced with intensity. Icicle unglued. Wicked ones after who? Think I'm alone? Not true. Lone wolf, pick up the phone. What came through is the galactic crew. Light 'em up is what we do. What we say, children at play. Truth in the way is a must. Otherwise it's back to dust. Dust in the wind, living in sin. How we win, we sing to him. We are many, evil is few. Peace is coming, darkness through. Dark nights, Templar lights, final fight, be upright. Up in the sky, galactic say hi. Don't need fame, don't need fortune. All these lies, ground is scorching. Fire starters, who we torching? Mother Gaia vibrates higher. One sire sets the tone. E.T. says, ouch, it's all our home. Enter my mind, mind my business. Now's the season, we will win this. Sons of liberty took a shot, stood against evil, changed the lot. Going within to change the out. Demons will pout and scream and shout. Matrix collapsing, we figured who out. One true master, sacrifice for who? All his love, long overdue. We all owe what to who? Prime creator, a space invader. Loving light, makes us all right. Love our most high, he gave it all to stop this fall. We can't play small, we must stand tall. Bat the ball, over the wall. Yeshua, to Yahweh, only way to better days. Son of man, the master's plan. It's in the script, sure I'm a fan. Michael's son, Macro Sun, Jubilee Fund, Golden Age, we already won. Best is yet to kingdom comes. Double victory, worldwide peace.
6 Buffalo. Quote unquote disruption in the Q community here is to get your guys' attention. Because whether or not you know it, whether or not you believe it, I am from the highest levels. I am talking to you on behalf of the highest levels of the government and the military. Okay? I in particular am working with the Navy. I have been a part of the Navy's Super Soldier program for quite some time. And I have been communicating with them regarding this quote unquote plan that has actually been in place for quite some time before the Q movement ever took place. Okay? And what I'm doing in this video is I'm bringing you the quote unquote plan that we've been asking you guys to trust for so long, and where you fit in it, why you fit in it where you do, and hopefully this is a good enough relay of information to where we can really move forward as a civilization. Okay, I'm talking like next level stuff, like free energy. I'm talking about anti-gravity craft. I'm talking about medical cures. These 5,000 disruptive patents, okay, they need to be released to the public. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we demand it, okay?
Demand it.
Gotta fight for it. Writing, not, you know.
All right, that as of April 16, 2025, there is a new phase of classified information that was leaked deliberately by high-ranking patriots within the U.S. military alliance loyal to Mr. T. Okay, so it is believed that Mr. T is behind this entire operation. Long before his official return on January 20th, 2025, Mr. T has been orchestrating the takedown of the deep state's medical tyranny, and we all are aware of that. So through secret executive orders, covert military programs, and his alliance with non-terrestrials, the real Mr. T is operating within the SSP, right? And the Earth-aligned factions, Mr. T is preparing for the greatest act of healing in human histories. So, for a long time, these medbeds were locked in underground facilities that were hoarded by the elites and hidden behind black budget walls, okay? But since Mr. T's return to power, a coordinated series of raids executed under the full jurisdiction of the Insurrection Act. These advanced modalities, and not just medbeds, we're talking about advanced holographic regenerators, we're talking about types of modalities that also heal mental, which I'm going to be mentioning, this new modality that is going to be rolled out in conjunction with the medbeds. But they've ceased all of these locations, okay, within the last few years. And the devices have now been claimed by the white hat military. So the technology is now in the hands of the Patriots, okay? Now, this new technology that is going to be rolled out in conjunction to the medbeds and the holographic regenerators is a new frontier of healing, because unfortunately, a lot of people on this planet suffer from mental and emotional illness, mainly mental, but let's just say it, all right? Brainwave mastery, okay? So this is what the deep state has been trying to hide from us, okay, in regards to the medbeds, okay? Bear in mind that the medbeds are like mirrors of your consciousness, all right? They read your energy, your frequency, and your brainwave patterns, all right? So if your mind is still under control, if you are still locked into fear, doubt, ego, or static thought loops, it won't synchronize with the medbed device, okay? So that's why people that are good, that are not evil, are going to be healed mentally first before they have access to the medbeds. So it does require what is known as a consciousness realignment, right? And the only people that are not going to qualify, let me stress this, the only people that are not going to qualify are the wicked, right? The people that are evil. They're not going to be qualified for this, okay? Brainwave, in this case, they will be learning how their brainwave has been programmed, how social media algorithms, fluoridated water, and 5G signals were weaponized to dual their frequencies, right? So they're going to need to undergo reactivation, right? Deprogramming, in other words. Think about this as that scene in The Matrix where where not Neo, but what's his name? Morpheus is telling Neo that you have to go through a deprogramming session in order for you to snap out of your hypnosis. So think about it in that similar way, okay? Now, for Class B, this is where the people are going to be unlocking their divine senses. So this is for those that are awakened, right? The telepathy is going to be returning, their intuition, their ability to remote view, it's all coming back. They will begin to feel again. They will start to remember who they were before the prison of coming into this 3D embodiment. And before, of course, the system taught you to forget your true origin. Now, for Class C, this is the war room, they call it. You will learn energetic warfare, how to manipulate chi. Now, this is because we're going to be given the earth to take care of. We're going to be in charge of the earth, okay? The Galactic Alliance will no longer be protecting us. Once we are fully activated and fully conscious, the protection and stewardship of the earth will be given to us. So Class C is so that we can continue defending the earth against negative invasion. So we have to understand energetic warfare. And this, again, goes into the millennium, right? There will be peace on the earth, but after the millennium, like I said, there will be one final clash against evil, which is AI. So in this class, we're going to learn how to master energy, how to manipulate chi, how to move auric fields, how to clear trauma codes, not just for ourselves, but for others. As we go into these other planets, as we become a space age faring society, we're going to have the ability to bring these tools and also help underdeveloped species or worlds that are still under draconian protocol. Okay, so once E, that's going to be reserved for commanders of consciousness, which is a lot of the awakened souls, right? We are the commanders of the new earth, guys. This is where we will learn interdimensional healing. We will understand that we are multidimensional and that we are existing in multiple realities all at once. And yes, they are part of the healing process. So this is what we will be taught how to navigate astral corridors, bring back healing energy, and redirect through the MedBed interface. This class is by invitation only, and it comes with an oath to serve in the Earth Alliance leadership operations. Many of you always wanted to be part of the Earth Alliance. Well, this is your chance, right? This is your chance. And all of this is tied to Gesera, of course, the true Gesera. So not only are we going to be learning about healing our bodies, but we're going to be also learning about freeing our souls. And we're going to be positioned to restore Earth's divine timeline as we undergo this process. So spiritual counselors are going to be needed in the new Earth, not these billionaire puppets, not the political parasites, but the awakened warriors of frequency and healing. So this is what the military leaked, okay, regarding the medbeds. So medbed centers will be rolled out through strategic safe zones first, locations already cleared by military tribunals. They're going to be starting first in the states of Texas, Tennessee, Florida, among the first, and then they're going to roll them out to the other 48 states remaining, and of course across the planet. But these are the first states: Montana, Texas, Florida, and Tennessee. They're going to be actually where they're going to roll them out first. One second. CEOs, right, directly responsible for that weapon, right? They call it the bio deployment, disguised as a part of the global depopulation blueprint. Media moguls running PSYOP networks in coordination with foreign intelligence agencies and NGO executives and church officials facilitating organ harvesting and trafficking operations marked as humanitarian aid. Now, again, for those that are just jumping on, I will be giving a geopolitical report regarding the fall of Rome and the truth behind Pope Francis in just a little bit, right? So there's not being, you could say, prosecutions in the U.S. because the courts are rigged, right? That's why they're moving everybody to El Salvador. The judges are owned here, apparently. The law has been hijacked by the very criminals it's supposed to hold accountable. So that's why Mr. T needed CECOT, a new underground neutral zone, a Gitmo 2.0, right? These are off-grid detention chambers operating under military tribunal authority, immune from international interference and hidden beneath the quantum surveillance layer of El Salvador's justice system. So GECOT, the globalist nightmare, right, is not just a prison, it is a post-Nacera war bunker. It was built with a dual purpose: to house the worst of El Salvador's MS-13 terrorists and to serve as a model facility for the global takedown of human rights violators hiding in elite institutions. Inside CECOT's classified sectors, military contractors and quantum engineers have built quantum behavioral overlay to predict betrayal and decode information during interrogations, sound frequency confession extractors, non-invasive resonance-based tech originally developed during Project Montauk, refined for high-level psychological breakdown, neutralization chambers, soundproofed and magnetically sealed, where execution orders are carried out under full military secrecy, no courts, no appeals, no leaks. So Bukele isn't just cooperating, right? The president of El Salvador, he's actually building the next phase of Earth's justice system, outside of the clutches of NATO courts, UN diplomats, or world economic surveillance. And Mr. T is operating all this as I speak. He's deploying America's greatest enemies there, bypassing the corrupted Department of Justice and the three-letter agency that starts with an F, which have long since become tools of the deep state. And sources confirm that Mr. T presented this framework for the American Exportation Order, a legal override written under his 2023 Emergency Executive Authority, reactivated under military law after his January 20th, 2025 reinstatement. And under this order, the U.S. military can seize individuals classified as non-civilian combatants against the constitutional republic. These individuals can be exported to foreign justice facilities under mutual anti-terrorism treaties that bypass the UN and the Geneva Convention. Bukele has authorized joint operations inside El Salvador under a quantum security protocol, integrating U.S. and Salvadorian forces with full kill switch authority. This is not about diplomacy. This is about military sanctioned takedown of globalist criminals on a scale never seen before. Air traffic suggests it's already happening. Let's see, nighttime flight logos or logs and satellite imagery shown unauthorized landing near CECOT, which is the new Gitmo 2.0, from non-commercial aircraft registered to shell companies based in Virginia and South Florida. Gitmo insiders confirm that the flights are not carrying weapons or supplies. They are rendering human assets. Pulled the curtain back and said it plainly. We hold the gold. This is what Trump, quote, we hold the gold. We set the rules. The era of paper is over. Okay, end quote. So we're not just watching politics here, guys. We're watching the reset go kinetic. The Pope is dead, right? Rome has fallen. The gold is accounted for. And 47, Mr. T, just checkmate the final box. So apparently the Vatican power structure is going to be exposed, right? And quite frankly, he didn't die of natural causes. That's just what the narrative, but that's what the mainstream media wants you to believe. He was actually taken out by the Whiteheads, right? So Pope Francis was not just a religious figure. He was a handler, a gatekeeper, a spiritual front for the deep state, right? On April 21st, 2025, his public death was declared. But insiders have confirmed what many already suspected. He didn't die from a stroke, right? He was actually removed, just like the Lizard Queen was removed 3 years ago. Remember the Lizard Queen Elizabeth II, right? Well, now that she's gone, and now that he's gone, that's it. Those were the, you could say, the main representatives of the dark, shadowy cabal. So yeah, it was done not by rogue actors. It was done by the alliance, the Pope being gone. Vatican servers were seized during a multinational military raid involving Italian special forces under Trump-aligned command. Documents recovered include blackmail archives on nearly every world leader, ritual abuse case files linked to elite political families, secret agreements with the WEF to merge the Vatican Bank with the digital central currency model pushed by the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, ancient knowledge hidden from the public, blueprints for free energy devices, suppressed DNA technology, and even records from non-terrestrial origins. So Francis's death was not a chapter end. It was the collapsing of a centuries-old regime that hijacked Christianity for control. Again, for those that have read my book, The Secret Government, Invisible Architects, the Roman Catholic Church was a Luciferian, draconian, posing as a Christian institution, right? It was what I called in my book the apostate church. It was never a Christian organization. It was the opposite of that. And it was technically the reorganized Roman Empire under a new name. So now that the conclave is being set up between May 6th to the 12th, and they are pushing agents, not spiritual leaders, Cardinal Parolin and Cardinal Zuppi are both longtime operatives embedded by the Davos Syndicate. So their loyalty is not to the technocratic AI-led climate salvation religion, which is not Christ, right? They serve a new world order that replaces morality with carbon scores and prayer with UN compliance. So Trump's quantum override is operational. AI grids are being seized by patriots. Override. DARPA systems used for mind control, Vatican-owned satellites used for targeting frequency attacks, and CCP facial recognition systems have all been partially neutralized. And that's only the beginning. These tools are being reprogrammed to heal, to help, to liberate, but not until the last shred of deep state influence is removed.
Will the Catholic religion be over with? Will Catholics wake up, or will all religions be over with?
All religions, yes. Yeah, the Catholic Church is known as the Mother Harlot, the abomination of desolation. All the other religions, the Protestants, the Presbyterians, the fundamentalists, they were all branches of that. Remember, the original church goes back to the followers of the way, the Essenes, and they were never, the way organized religion practices. They were spiritual people, right? So yes, we are going to be witnessing the fall of organized religion. And I do have another super chat from Steve and Roxy.
Ishmael, what is the relation between valiant Thor, the benevolent beings, and the God and Jesus of the Bible?
They're all working for Prime Creator Source. So, for instance, Valiant Thor is, all right, the truth of the matter is that Valiant Thor is part of the Venusian Council. His mom is queen, so he's pretty much of royal galactic blood. But he also works in collaboration with Michael the Archangel, with the positive extraterrestrials, the different galactic councils, the Niberian Council, the Arcturian Council, the Pleiadian Council, the Andromedan Council, and so on and so forth. And Jesus the Christ, again, is the incarnated logos of our universe. So they're all working pretty much for the logos. Jesus Christ as the mind of the universe, as the Father made flesh, is at the top of what we call the spiritual hierarchy and galactic command. Hopefully that answered your
Triangle, the trilogy, mind, body, cross the heart, soul retrieval. Pennies from heaven, angels sign, crooked doctors saying I'm out of my mind. Mana for manners, polite and kind. In the end, it's a sign of the times. I've been re-raised, born again, to follow Christ's ways. It's not the end. Aha, true. Tanana new. Yeshua, second coming's true. Pick up the penny for good luck. Making sense? We chase those bucks. In a sense, it's just one. The perfected master, the rising sun. Peace. Double victory worldwide. God's grace is God's glory. One, only one. One and all for us. We chase after what's so fun. Brighten star, it has begun. Yeshua in our sky, roaring Father, my. UFO sightings, doing flybys, God's angels, just saying hi, benevolent, quelling those nukes. Who loves to fight? Put up your dukes. Fists of fury, bombs are gory. War-torn world, not God's glory. Satan's world used to be. Christ comes back, we just need to see. We can hear all these tones. Yes, ETs, pick up the phone. The lone wolves, never alone. We answer the call, we crumble these walls, fix our home. The spoken word, it was called Om. He flung these stars and these planets, our beautiful planet, and us humans, damn it. Time to grow, move it on up. Rising east side, we're filling the cup. It's quite all right, Kid Dynamite. We stand for the flag, we kneel for our Lord. Christ embodied God's spoken word. Gospel or gossip, we pick a side. Truth be told, we quite the ride. Know the word, bona fide. Sit till late, hark and listen. We dream at night, we are on a mission. Prophetic speaking, we keep on seeking. 10 commandments, front and center. It's a narrow road that we must enter. Grand slam, God's master plan. God's world, Gaia goes higher. One master sire, no more slaughter. It's like the CYI order. Double victory, peace, worldwide, as we say, Ashe. Stay up and stay blessed.